We all know how difficult it is to change behavior patterns after they're well established. For example, you may have found it difficult to lose weight, to stop smoking, to find a job that you love, maybe to stop fighting with your family. I've struggled with each one of those challenges, and I've learned a few things along the way. Today, I'd like to tell you a bit about some of my challenges. And at the end of this brief program, we'll recommend additional materials that will support you in your efforts to create the life that you desire. Hi, this is Marlena Fiol from Becoming Who We Truly Are, a YouTube channel that deepens our understanding of who we are, but also what's possible for us. I've drawn much of what I'm going to talk about today from my memoir, Nothing Bad Between Us. To the extent that my life experiences help you on your journey toward becoming more truly who you are, the link to my memoir is in the show notes below. And if you find value in this video, please do give it a thumbs up. It makes a big difference. When the world opens up again and we can again congregate in populated areas, I'd like for you to try an experiment. Sit in the open area of a shopping center or maybe in an airport, which is my favorite people watching spot, and just watch the people go by. Don't leave until you can be there for 3 minutes without a single judgment about what you're seeing, without a single negative thought or point of view about people that you're seeing walk by. I suggest you take your lunch. For most of us, we're likely to be there for quite a while. Yeah, we've all learned to make judgments about ourselves, about others. Our ongoing judgments come from the way we learn to see the world. And usually that's black and white. Who's right? Who's wrong? Is money good? Is money bad? The list goes on and on. Although it's really challenging, it's often necessary for us to change our point of view about the world around us. If we wish to change our behaviors, if we wish to change the relationships we have with others, if we wish to change the results in our lives. I learned my initial ways of seeing the world on a leprosy station in Paraguay, South America. You may not know about Paraguay, but it is this tiny landlocked country right in the middle, sort of southern central South America. I was 4 months old in 1951 when my parents, a physician and a nurse, became Mennonite medical missionaries, taking our whole family from the U.S. to Paraguay to treat people with leprosy. Back then, no one had any idea what caused the disease or how it spread. Our leprosy station was located in a very rural area, about 81 kilometers, which is about 50 miles, east of the capital city of Asuncion. I called the leprosy station my home until I was 19. My father stubbornly believed that all but the most critically ill leprosy patients should be treated in their homes, not locked up, which was the worldwide practice at that time. This was a really brand new and revolutionary idea, and it was not well received. Dad's financial supporters from North America tried to force him to build the traditional colony that would lock these people up, and they withheld funds for the work when he didn't want to do what they said. There was also local pressure to lock up the leprosy patients. The Paraguayan Health Ministry refused to recognize my father's U.S. medical credentials. And often the officials wanted bribes, which was kind of standard practice in Paraguay. And as a good Mennonite, my dad refused the bribes, and he was threatened with jail. And if all that wasn't enough, neighboring villages around the station didn't want leprosy work in their area, and they came with a truck full of rocks and threatened to destroy the station and to kill my parents. Despite these pressures and threats from all sides, my parents continued to care for patients according to their beliefs that these were human beings that were deserving of respect and dignity. But you can imagine that tensions in our home often ran high. There wasn't much time left over for my 7 siblings and myself. I spent much of my childhood feeling lonely, rebellious, and desperate for my parents' attention. Can you relate to any of this? Did you feel alone at times as a child? And how did you try to get the attention that you wanted and you needed? My strategy for getting the attention I wanted was to be obnoxiously rebellious. I kept rebelling, and my father kept punishing me to correct my behavior. And around we went. It was awful, but maybe I thought punishment was better than no attention at all. I don't know. I do know that I needed to change both my decisions and my behaviors if I was going to escape this circular trap that I'd created for myself. How would you have behaved under these conditions? What was your childhood like, and what impact have your early choices had on your life? What impact are they having right now? What part of your current story would you like to change? The truth is, many people believe significant change isn't really possible. In the words of the great football coach, Vince Lombardi, we would accomplish many things if we did not think of them as impossible. It took me many years to learn that major change was, in fact, possible in my life. First, my judgments and decisions had to change. Second, that would eventually lead to behavior changes. And finally, over time, the results I wanted would follow. And what's really important there is the ordering of that. For so long, I wanted the results to change without first changing my judgments and my behaviors. For those of you who are deeply engaged in your own quest to becoming who you truly are, I just want to say that my path may not be yours. I've talked today about a way forward toward increasing levels of authentic peace that have been helpful for me. But naturally, only you can decide what path best fits your needs. I do hope that parts of my story are useful to you in stimulating your thinking about choices you've made in the past and choices that you're making today. I also wish to continue to learn about possibilities for my own life, and I look forward to hearing from you about things that worked well for you and maybe things that didn't work out so well and what you learned from those. If you've found value in this program, please do give it a thumbs up or hit the subscribe button on your screen. It really does matter. Also, please post any comments or questions you might have for me. I will respond promptly each day. For example, what choices in your life have worked out really well for you? And just so you know, I'll be posting a new episode of this YouTube show each Tuesday at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. For further thoughts on shaping the life you want, we recommend the following resources. First, a TED Talk by Judson Brewer presenting a simple way to break a bad habit. Also, a TEDx talk by Jonathan Bricker on the secret to self-control. And again, to learn about my own life journey and what it has taught me, we recommend my memoir, Nothing Bad Between Us, as well as our new historical novel, Called, to be released November 2nd of 2021. The web addresses of each of these are in the show notes. The web addresses of each of these are in the show notes. And remember, we are together on this journey.